let's talk about the Ernest Hemingway short story, The Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber. Now, it's one of Hemingway's best known short stories, and it was written when he was in the very top of his form as a writer. And it exemplifies the particular kind of hero that he was famous for. Hemingway's heroes, the tough, hard-boiled outsiders, men who'd been through a great deal, yet cared very little about what society wanted from them. Men who lived by a strong personal code of honor, but never liked to talk about it much. Those heroes influenced much of 20th century American writing, and even the portrayal of the hero in very many American films. The hunter, Wilson, is a tough, very honest, and yet very inward man. A man who doesn't seem to care very much what society thinks about him. He has, obviously, a code of honor of his own that he doesn't like to talk about very much. He simply follows it. One of his great values in life, in fact, is simply to do his job, that of being a hunter, extremely well. And into his life comes these two characters, the two rich people on safari, Francis Macomber and his wife Margot. Now, they're a terrible couple. They're very rich. Margot used to be apparently a model who could get as much as $5,000 for endorsing some beauty product that she never even used. The husband, Francis Macomber, is a rather weak and ineffectual person despite his wealth. His wife, in fact, comes on to the hunter, Wilson. After displaying cowardice through much of the story, Macomber seems to take hold of himself toward the end. As a matter of fact, Francis Macomber seems to learn from the self-possessed hunter Wilson. And following Wilson's example, he puts aside personal danger and shoots a gigantic bull, despite the fact that he might have been killed in doing it. Now, Mrs. Macomber, Margot, apparently hates that fact. After his success, Francis is now himself confident and self-possessed. And it's clear that she will no longer have the upper hand in the relationship. Now, she shoots her husband by accident. Now, Hemingway never comes out and tells us why Margot Macomber shoots her husband, nor does Wilson. We know from the dialogue at the end of the story, we can sense what happened. And that's Hemingway's usual style of telling us things, of letting us figure it out, letting us imagine that we know and we share along with the mind of the author what has gone on, despite its never having been expressed in so many words. It's really a fascinating character study. Notice how plain the dialogue is, even at the end of the story. "Of course it's an accident," he said. "I know that." "Stop it," she said. "Don't worry," he said. "There will be a certain amount of unpleasantness, but I will have some photographs taken that will be very useful at the inquest." Notice how toneless and level all of this sounds, how unexcited. There's the testimony of the gun bearers and the driver too. "You're perfectly all right." "Stop it," she said. "There's a hell of a lot to be done," he said, "and I'll have to send a truck off to Nairobi." "Why didn't you poison him? That's what they do in England." "Stop it, stop it, stop it," the woman cried. And we don't have to wonder what it is that she's asking him to stop doing. He's not really saying very much, just describing the situation. Wilson looked at her with his flat blue eyes. "I'm through now," he said. "I was a little angry. I'd begun to like your husband." "Oh, please stop it," she said. "Please, please stop it." "That's better," Wilson said. "Please is much better. Now I'll stop." And those are the last words of the story. In fact, in this story, who is it that Wilson, the hunter, identifies with most? It's the lion, the magnificent creature of the jungle who is shot and killed during the story. Remember that scene that starts, that was the story of the lion, and Macomber did not know how the lion had felt before he started his rush, nor during it when the unbelievable smash of the 505 with a muzzle velocity of 2 tons had hit him in the mouth, nor what had kept him coming after that when the second ripping crash had smashed his hindquarters and he had come crawling on toward the crashing, blasting thing that had destroyed him. And that's the way Wilson is. He keeps on coming toward the crashing, blasting thing, whatever it is, without fear. He just keeps coming. Wilson knew something about it, it says, and only expressed it by saying, "Damn fine lion." Now, Wilson doesn't talk about his code of honor or any such thing, but Macomber did not know how Wilson felt about things either. He did not know how his wife felt, except that she was through with him. Well, is she really? His wife had been through with him before, but it never lasted. He was very wealthy, and he would be much wealthier, and he knew she would not leave him even now. That was one of the few things that he really knew. He knew about that, about motorcycles, motor cars, and court games. He knows all of these things, and he knows that even now, this woman won't leave him, primarily because he is wealthy, not out of love or respect. Francis Macomber really has not begun to live. He only really comes to life for a very short time at the end of this story.